Hello, my name is Dragoneja and welcome to another episode of Calledea. In today's episode we will go to Lord Davidson. He called us, we need to come and, well, that's going to be a long journey. I mean, I need to go in that direction and it's like 2 or 3 days walk. So I wanted to prepare for that walk, and I need a livestock. I need some wool to make more beds, and well, a livestock would do. So I will start off by punching some trees with an axe. Well, that didn't take as long as I first thought it would do. So we can go on our little trip. What am I going to take with me? I want the bread with me. I take the steaks with me. Here I need the iron sword. Torch would do. Yeah, this is what I need. It's a 3 days journey when I walk, but I have my horse now that still doesn't have a name. So if you want to give my horse a name, you can comment in, well, you can write it down in the comment section. Now we can go on our journey. This horse is very fast. I mean, normally I have white horses, which are the slowest horses in Minecraft, if I reckon. But now I have a brown horse, which is a very fast horse. Okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit what's going to happen. Why I have to answer to somebody called Davidson. Um, well, as Calledea is in a medieval themed world, is just I like to build a lot of medieval and late Roman antiquity stuff. Um, it is not very strange that this is a late medieval themed world. So it means there is a feudal system here. And what's a feudal system? Well, there is a king who rules all of these lands, but is never here. So under him there is somebody he lent his lands and his country to, which is an earl. And this earl is called Lord Davidson. And it's the only man I have to answer to, and that's because the king won't come here. These lands have had peace for over 4 centuries or something, and all that time the family of Davidson, of the Earl, has ruled this part of the country. So the castle we're going to is not really a real castle anymore. I mean, it didn't have to stand against large armies anymore, and you can see that in the way they built the castle, because the old part of the castle is real castle, but now I would call it more of a palace. What's the difference between a real castle and a palace? Well, a castle is a medieval fortress meant for private living. So it is all owned by one family. There may live some other people, but well, we're already here. As you can see, this is WhiteflowerCastle. Or like I'd like to call it, it's almost a Disney palace. So this is where Lord Davidson lives. WhiteflowerCastle. I'll show you around a little bit, because although it lost its capability of being a castle, it is still a pretty nice structure, if I may say so. So what can I say about castles? Castles just the way we see a castle is not the way many of its inhabitants would have seen it, because every generation, every new generation that has a little money can change something about a castle. For example, the oldest part of this castle is actually not the keep, which is this part of the build, but is the flower tower, the white flower tower. It is now the place where the knights sleep when they are at court. So the most important knights sleep downstairs, have their own rooms and things like that, have their own rooms, little bed, and can sleep here with their whole family if they would want to. And well, the lesser important the knight is, the higher he sleeps in the build. So on the second floor we have, well, the lesser important knights As you can see, they just have their own space, a bed. Here they don't even have their own space. This is actually the part of the castle that we named the castle after. So it's called WhiteflowerCastle, which has nothing to do with the English white rose or red roses. It's just because of this tower. Pretty few. And maybe if I build Calledea very big, I might be able to see it from here. That would that would really be what I like to have. I'm still in survival, so I don't want to die, and I'm not going to risk it. Just imagine being in the Lord's castle, having a creeper next to you. It's pretty big. It's actually enormous, and for a simple Earl like Davidson, it's way too big. He didn't have any war or whatever, so they could just build and add to this palace for over many generations. Really, it's way too long. It's way too big. Many castles were very small builds and not as enormous as this one. But this is what you see in the Renaissance and later periods. Many older builds get bigger and get more like become more like a palace. But let's go let's go to the Lord, because he asked me to come here, so we will just go to the Lord and see what he has to say. Here's the throne room. You know what? This place should be crowded with people. There should be a lot of villagers in here. The whole entourage of the Earl should be here now, and I can't see anyone. And even the throne room is empty. This is very strange. Maybe they're in the dining room? Nope. No one's here. Another book. Dragoneja. When I tell you to attend my audience, I mean immediately. Yeah, well, I had to prepare for the journey. You were too late, so we already departed. Oh, the kingdom's wise lady Taira told us to get a blaze rod, a lytra, and a dragon head. Taira is a witch. He says white lady, wise lady, but it's a witch. It's a very dangerous witch. He asked Taira. Oh. The kingdom's wise lady, Taira, told us to get a blaze rod, Elytra and Dragoneja. This is very serious stuff. You are to follow us through the nether portal close to the WhiteflowerCastle. Don't be late. So nobody is here. He went and took his whole entourage with him. Maybe there is a cook? Nope. Everybody's gone. He took everyone with him to the nether. If nobody's here, there is a throne. Should I? Should I just... Yeah, I'm going to do that. Look at me sitting on a throne! The big throne. This is so special. Oh yeah, I can talk a little bit about this part of the castle. So, we're in the throne room of the Earl, and this is actually the keep. We're inside the keep. That's the biggest build of this castle. And before the flower tower was the keep, but now it is this part of the castle. And you can already see that it's a lord that is way too rich. I mean, this is what happens when the king isn't there when he's needed. I mean, gold in its floor and such a big throne. It shouldn't be like this. And that's who Sir Lord Davidson is. I don't really like him. He is really... He likes his gold. He likes his wealth and things like that. He doesn't do anything with his villagers and things like... he doesn't do anything with his villagers. So he's actually not a very nice lord. He only comes to tax them. Which they're not allowed to say no to. And then, yeah, I will decorate his castle with the stuff meant for the people. But still I have to answer to him. Let's just go to the nether portal. And the huge portal is broken. I can't get through it and I can't repair it. I won't repair it. And maybe that's for the better. Because look at me, I'm not ready for the nether yet. Maybe in the next episode, but I have to prepare for it before I can go. So first we'll go home and then we will prepare for the nether trip. I hope you liked the episode, and if you did, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. This was Dragoneja!